What if I told you that Coca-Cola, the same red and white brand that's been around for your family barbecue, Super Bowl ads, and even World War II battlefields, may no longer be made in America? Yes, you heard that right. In a move that has stunned both Wall Street and Main Street, Coca-Cola is planning to shift parts of its operations outside the United States. A decision not just about business, but about what America represents in a world torn between globalization and economic nationalism. This isn't just about soda. It's about what happens when an iconic American brand decides the cost of being made in the US is simply too high. If you're already hooked, and trust me, it gets even more intense from here, go ahead and hit that like button, share this video with someone who still believes Coca-Cola is all American. Now let's break down what really happened and why this decision could redefine the future of global trade and American jobs. At the heart of it all, tariffs, especially the steep tariffs introduced during President Donald Trump's push to revive American manufacturing. Take aluminum for instance, the backbone of Coca-Cola's can production. When tariffs rose up to 25%, Coke's cost skyrocketed. Add to that rising prices for sweeteners, flavorings, and bottling logistics, many of which come from overseas, and suddenly Coca-Cola's century-old business model began to wobble. Coca-Cola's leadership tried to hold the line. They sourced locally, tried absorbing costs, and even looked to rework supplier contracts. But global supply chains don't pivot on a dime. In the words of CEO James Quincy, we cannot bear these costs indefinitely. Raise prices too much and they risk losing customers. Hold the line and they bleed money. The only remaining path, move operations to where costs make sense again. This is where the story gets bigger than Coca-Cola. Trump's policies aim to protect American industries, and to be fair, certain sectors like steel saw short-term gains. But for companies that span the globe, the fallout has been brutal. Multinationals aren't nationals. Coca-Cola operates in over 200 countries. It can't survive playing by just one country's rules. And the White House didn't take that well. There were whispers of penalties, political pressure, even threats. But at the end of the day, global business follows one rule: stay competitive or die trying. And for Coca-Cola, the math no longer worked inside US borders. Let's be honest, this one hits different. This isn't just any brand pulling out of the US. This is Coca-Cola, born in Atlanta, a symbol of the American dream from Cold War diplomacy to Super Bowl commercials. It's more than a drink. It's American nostalgia in a bottle. So when the news broke that Coke was planning a relocation, it felt like a betrayal. To many Americans, it wasn't just a business move, it was personal. If even Coca-Cola is fleeing the US soil, what does that say about the state of American industry? And that leads us to a key question for you. Do you think Coke made the right call, or should it have stuck it out to stay truly American? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Here is where the real worry kicks in. If Coca-Cola can leave, who's next? We have already seen murmurs from giants like Ford, Apple, and even major agricultural producers. If the US keeps pressing with protectionist policies, we may see an exodus of companies chasing smoother trade deals and lower operating costs abroad. Think about it. Fewer factories here, more capital overseas, and an erosion of what used to be considered the safest place to do business, America. The economic ripple could be massive. Lost jobs, weakened supply chains, and a diminished voice for the US in global trade negotiations. So where does Coca-Cola go from here? Right now, the frontrunners seem to be countries like Ireland, the Netherlands, Germany, or even Singapore. They offer low corporate taxes, strong infrastructure, and most importantly, trade-friendly policies. But it's not all easygoing. Europe, for instance, has tight regulations on sugar and packaging, so Coke might have to change its formulas or packaging standards to comply. Asia opens new markets but demands more localized flavors. Either way, the brand will evolve. And that evolution may not be to everyone's taste, literally or politically. American consumers might end up paying more with fewer choices on the shelves, and the emotional toll even heavier. Behind every facility Coca-Cola closes in the US are hundreds, sometimes thousands of American workers. Many of them blue-collar, many of them lifelong employees. This isn't just about dollars. It's about families, communities, and towns built around bottling plants that have existed for decades. And as Coke packs up, Pepsi and boutique soda brands may rush in to fill that patriotic void. The cola wars might take on a whole new meaning rooted in national pride as much as flavor. This whole saga raises a much deeper question. Who's really in charge? Governments or corporations? Tariffs were supposed to force companies to stay loyal, but what happens when brands are bigger than borders? When they can move capital, jobs, and entire industries with a boardroom vote? Coca-Cola's move is more than a business story. It's a test of state power in the age of global capitalism, and right now it seems like the corporations are calling the shots. Let's zoom out even more. Coca-Cola's exit isn't just an American crisis, it's a global signal. Countries with strong trade environments and favorable regulations are watching closely. They know that securing a brand like Coca-Cola boosts their prestige and strengthens their hand in future trade talks. Meanwhile, the US risks looking like it's turning inward, more focused on control than on competitiveness. The symbolism couldn't be clearer. The American dream is no longer confined to America. So is this the end of an era or simply a new chapter in Coca-Cola's global story? Either way, we are standing at a crossroads. Do we cling to nostalgia and demand that American icons stay put, or do we accept that in a global economy, loyalty comes second to survival? For policymakers, this is a wake-up call. For workers, it's a warning. And for the rest of us, it's a reminder that even the most familiar brands are playing by rules that change fast. Coca-Cola's relocation might just be the first domino. What happens next will shape the American economy for decades to come. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of economics and global trade. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.